Good morning. Good morning, Orlando. How are you guys? I'm Rudy Ellis, and I'm the CEO of Switchboard. And joining the stage with me is my colleague.
Hey guys, my name is Jason. I'm responsible for growth and partnerships here at Switchboard.
And our mission at Switchboard is pretty simple. It's to make content creators, brands, publishers come up with creative workflows for distribution of live content. Live video, if you haven't known or you've been asleep for the past 2 years, is actually growing, right? It's eating the internet with more apps, more platforms, more destinations. Where do you go? What platform do you pick, right? And so our goal is to make it really simple for our partners to be able to come up with a strategy to effectively pick platforms that are applicable to their audience. And if you think about it, broadcast TV is making that shift, and they're realizing this as well, that they have to deploy, workflows and make it easy to put content where their viewers are already watching. What I'd like to do is take an opportunity to have Jason walk you guys through a case study with one of our partners that utilizes Switchboard experience.
Yeah, so in this case, one of the questions, right, that I would ask you guys is, what does a creator, a producer, and a brand all have in common? Right? The goal to be able to engage with their audiences, their communities, wherever they are, right? And that's really what we do here at Switchboard, is allow for that, that simplification of being able to connect to your different destinations, your different platforms, whether it's Facebook, it's YouTube, it's Twitter. What it really is where your audiences are. And so in this case, one of our partners, Monster Energy here, actually came to us. There's a program that they do every year called FMX High Rollers. And if you think about it, Monster Energy in this case, they are a marketing and brand powerhouse. They're engaging with influencers from different levels of talent, athletes on all different levels, also engaging with different types of events. And so in this case, FMX High Rollers is a motocross event that they do. And what it is there is all these different types of athletes that are a part of it. Typically when Monster Energy comes into this case, they are bringing the idea of producing the event, marketing to that audience, and engaging with their social and marketing teams in this case. And so what we really what we worked on with Monster Energy was actually being able to identify what their strategies are. If we think about this, right, just like everyone in this room, right, we're engaging with our audiences that are online. And so their question was, how do we actually get this impact? How do we take events that are localized or connected to an audience that is physically at a location and engage with our markets wherever they are? And so in this case, what we did is we worked with them to be able to say, let's just not cast a net where we're going to where your audiences are, but let's bring everyone together here. Actually, just like what we're doing here at the show. So at IZEAFest, what we're doing is we're also broadcasting all of this content online. We're going to YouTubes, we're going to Periscopes, we're going to Facebook, but we're not just involving just the IZEAFest brands. We're also going to all the different influencers, the speakers, and different partners that are involved with the event as well. And so in this case, what we did with Monster Energy was come in and be able to identify all their different types of talent. Now, some of the reasons for this is that if you look at the different communities that you're engaging with and where you're engaging with them, you're going to find that their habits are so incredibly different. And so in this case, how people are engaging with their content between the live, between the on-demand, and the duration of that. What is the interaction? What's the value of being able to do that? And so in this case, what we did was be able to bridge all of this into one simplified scenario. So we were taking the broadcasted content, not only producing the actual show itself, but also being able to do what I kind of refer to as pop-ups or starbursts. Being able to take different types of moments that were a part of the live event to be able to bring and create that funnel that's in place. That funnel is driving content or people, viewers, audiences, communities back to areas that they can actually engage with. So not just posting video to a place, but being able to actually drive and be able to bring that value back to the audience. And so in this case, we were using that with specific type of messaging. We were going out to all their different areas, activating this. And so as the event was going on, and different athletes were doing their different heats, in this case, they were really able to have a wide range of engagements, here. Now the thing is, if we look at it, this is the one we have up right here. If we actually look at it, what our strategy was, and this was just a proof of concept for Monster, right? Being able to push this out here. In the live and on-demand content that we did, this event was on a Saturday afternoon. It was in Vegas. It was hot. It was very, very, very dusty. But in this case, we were able to deliver them a result of 1.8 million views, 16 million impressions, 9 million in reach, and over 171,000 engagements. And that was everybody that was involved with it. The brilliant thing about that is that when we cast this net out there and we go through and identify the people, partners, and these areas, we can bring all of that information back together. And so bringing that information back together allows us to be able to not just drive at one spot, but be able to understand what we refer to as velocity, the overall impact from the start to finish and peak. What that allows us then to be able to do as creators, as producers, and as brands is to be able to optimize our experience and find what's actually resonating with our audiences here.
And so how do we do that, right? We are a technology partner with these platforms, with Facebook Live, with YouTube, with Periscope and Twitter, to make sure that we are properly aligned with the solutions that they're providing to their partners and keeping the workflow in the exact same format as if these brands and partners went to these platforms themselves. And so by being this technology partner, it's enabled us to really work with some fantastic clients as well to really enable them to grow and expand and connect outside of just the normal platforms that are out there within their clients. And so our goal is to make it really easy for brands and creators to be able to connect, engage, and grow their live viewing audience. Do you have anything you want to add in?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing when we talk about engaging with these platforms is that when we think about video and the idea of it being live, live is now, live is what's happening, right? But in this case, when we look at our partners, right, it is making sure that we're optimizing that experience so we can maximize our impact and engagements. So what are these different types of features? These are the questions when you think about the different events that you have that are going on, whether it's one person or it's something that you're having to control or regulate different types of rights that are a part of it, understanding how you can then monetize or do any of these types of things, right? When we look at what we can do with these different technology partners, all of the different types of advancements, the ways to really be able to optimize and allow for that sharing is really what's something that allows for these broadcasts and these events to be successful. So if you guys have any questions, right, we have a booth in the back here. More than happy to talk more, learn about what your idea of being able to broadcast content is, different places, and just see if there's ways that we can unlock that power of that real audience engagement.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Thank you.